If you studied economics in university, then you probably heard of the Walras equilibrium. Maybe your textbook mentioned the name of the person who thought of it, Leon Walras, but probably not a lot more. Part of me making this Sixth series is because I want to, teach people and about the big names behind all these people that make the economic theories that are in your textbooks. Leon Walras was born in 1834. He was French, and his ideas led to the basis of what we now call general equilibrium theory. It's the idea that all markets are interconnected. So let's say you have a market for wages, a market for apples. Let's say there's a change in the market for wages. Let's say people get more wages in general. It will change the market for apples as well because there's more demand. General equilibrium theory also talks about equilibrium when there's an equilibrium markets, and the assumption behind it is that there's also a general equilibrium. So there's an equilibrium in the individual markets, but also an equilibrium in the general markets. And this was before people were studying macroeconomics at all, or really thinking about the economy as a whole. It was done in a different way than now. For example, I already told in my previous videos that a lot of people call John Maynard Keynes the father of macroeconomics. Well, Leon Walras, he lived in the 19th century. So for him to think about general equilibrium markets as a whole was different. It was, revolutionary is maybe a big word, but it was definitely a step in economics. And he was also one of the first people to talk about marginal utility. He was one of the marginalists, which is a school of economists that thought about economics, as a study where it's very important to look at the marginal decisions people make. For example, this is a whole other TikTok, but diminishing marginal utility, what it basically means is that the more you get of something, the less utility, the less happiness you get from it. And up to a certain point, for example, when you get one apple, you're happy. 2, you're nice, but when you get 10,000 apples, you're like, hey, this is too much. I don't know what to do with this. And after a point, you will say, hey, maybe after the 6th or 7th apple already, you're like, okay, my marginal utility is below 0. I don't want to get another apple. And that was at the time a different way to look at economics. And Leon Walras was one of them. And he also thought of general equilibrium theory. So what was also new at the time is that he used mathematical models. He was very mathematical. He laid the foundations for people like Kenneth Arrow and De Broglie, who later formalized his models, also mathematically. And his ideas are maybe not very important for politics, for political ideas, economic philosophy, but they're studied widely in universities still. So in academics, his ideas are still very much studied. So I hope you learned a little bit about this Leon Walras. If you want to know more or different topics, please let me know in the comments, and I'm happy to make a video.